Please stay tuned.
Felicity is a Wike. Felicity is news editor, news anchor, News Central. Good to see you.
It's an honor to be here, sir.
And of course, sitting next to her is Ayo Ozungbaku. Ayo is Abuja Bureau Chief, TVC News.
Welcome, Mr.
And of course, bringing up the rear is Chamberlain Uzo. Chamberlain is head of Abuja Station, Channels Television.
Morning, sir.
Honorable Minister, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. Politics is in there, so maybe we should just get straight into politics. And may we say congratulations for successfully holding the convention of the PDP. You also got, got crowned or coronated as the national leader of the PDP. What's the way forward to have to virtually be from the scratch now? There are two governors there, but both of them are on their ways out of the place. It's like building from the scratch all over again. Herculean task for you.
Well, thank you very much. You are saying, how do I feel? Very happy. Very, very happy that at the end of the day, we've been able to hold a national convention contrary to what people thought. I remember that sometimes when we've had this kind of discussions, you were not quite sure whether PDP will come to stay. And I did tell you, for whatever it takes, that PDP must stay. We never had governors when the PDP was founded in 1998. So it was done as a result that, oh, because now you don't have governors, therefore you cannot make any impact. Certainly not. What's required is commitment. Like I've said, but once you're committed to doing anything, you're about to achieve results. And I've told people I never became a governor because a governor sponsored me. In 2015, when I became a governor, he realized that the then governor, my predecessor, was in APC. And he put up his own candidates. Before that, I won that election squarely. So, the mere fact that you don't have a governor does not mean that you cannot make an inroad or you cannot win any election. Certainly not. So I just want to use that background to let you know that if I want to run an election today, for example, what it takes is, look, are you sure you want to run an election? Or you just want your name to be heard as a former candidate? There are so many things you must take into consideration. Are you psychologically prepared for what is coming up? Run of election is done by mere mouth, shouting. Or you just want to use it as a bargaining factor. Let me see what I can have at the end of the day. In that case, we will not count you as somebody run for an election. But if indeed you want to run an election, people will see very clearly that this candidate is serious. This candidate has done a lot of work that has become acceptable. And we have put this convention behind us. Apart from concern, the convention has come and gone. People are trooping in. And we are saying the door is open. Yes, we have had crises. Now the crises are over. Do we still have to shut our doors? No. No, certainly not. So a lot of things are going on. I can tell you how many people who have left the party that have indicated interest to really come back. And we said, the doors are open. The doors are open. You see, politics is not a fight to finish. It's, I mean, like a game, like a football. If you see it as a do or die affair, then it becomes difficult to reconcile. So for us, it's not that way. We have had our differences. We've tried to know that, look, this is where you erred. This is what we are doing. This was our intention. And so it's only a personal thing. That now that we have come to this point, if you're really sincere, there's nothing late. We can do it together and move the party forward. There's no doubt that we have a lot of work to do. But what is important, that PDP will be in the ballot 2027 as against pundits who have written off that PDP will not be there. And we are going to make a great impact in certain areas.
Where you say ballot, from presidential to the state house of...
yes, yeah, but I just want to clear certain things. Yes, we will. We present candidates. Yes, we will. But again, I want to make this clear to people. From 2015 till now, we never had a president. We never had a president. But the party sit there. What is my own concern is, what are you going to do to keep the party relevant? Parties will be contested stiffly at some national level. So everything is not about president. You don't just go on the road simply because you want to run an election. You say, well, you come and be our presidential candidate. No. That's why I said running an election is not, you must be psychologically and emotionally prepared. Apart from the other logistics that may be involved. So it's not because we say we present a candidate and everybody passes on the road, even the madman passes on the road. He said, come and be our candidate. Nobody does that. So the whole thing is not about presidency, and that's what I have never liked. But even if you win president, for example, you don't have the subnational. The party is still not on ground. It's not on ground. So what's important to me is that is PDP still on ground to make an impact coming out from the crisis they have coming out from. Certainly, that's my own concern.
Your Excellency, before the convention, expectations were quite high that your group and the other group led by the Oyo State Governor, Sheyi Makinde, and the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed, would eventually, reunite. And this scuffle within the party, the differences would be cleared. But eventually, we didn't see that happen. And Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi has even gone as far as exiting the party. Why do you think this, unification never happened, prelude to the convention?
First of all, let me just clear this air. And like I told you, it depends on what you have at the back of your mind. What is your vision for the party? So many people have a lot of personal things, not for the interests of the party. Some people try to bring ego when they don't even have the ego. You just claim and let people know that you are there when you are not there. That you are physically standing does not necessarily mean that you are there. We tried as much as we could for them to see reason why they must all come together. Now we are at this point where, if they really love PDP, Bala Mohammed precisely, that will be last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. I don't have his number, but he called my agency that he wants to speak to me. And my agency came and said, okay, call him back. He called him back. And we accepted that I said he wants to see me. That he was just coming from Lagos now. I said he wants to see me. I said, okay, I'm not in town, but they're around tomorrow. So when I come in tomorrow, I'll give you a call. He said he will be waiting for the call. And of course, I fulfilled that promise by calling him the next day, but told him that, look, it should not be within the time I said, because I was going to the airport to see Mr. President, who was coming back from Lagos. From his journey to London to Lagos, and then from Lagos coming back to Abuja. And therefore, it will be later in the night, late in the night. And of course, around 11 o'clock, he came into my house, and we sat down and we were discussing. And he said, look, can we put off the convention so I'll be able to sit down and discuss? I said, no, that will be wrong. You can't shoot yourself. I want you to shoot myself too. The court said, do not hold this convention. You sort of a committee headed by Wike and number one, an elderly person, made up of prominent Nigerians who are members of PDP. And they came up with a resolution to you and said, listen, let's set up a caretaker committee. Now that the period of the tenure of the incumbent National Working Committee is almost coming to an end. Yeah. So it will help us so that nobody will go in a divided form. You refused that advice. I was not the one who set up the committee, you set up the committee. Rather, you accuse the committee which is set up of being compromised. You refuse. You went and had your so-called convention. After the so-called convention, you went back to the Federal High Court in Ibadan and filed a suit that the Federal High Court should validate your convention. Should validate your convention. We didn't go to court. You went to the Federal High Court in Ibadan. And the Federal High Court said, listen, how could you come back to us after two of our courts, Justice Omotosho, Justice Lefu, had given judgment in two separate cases that this convention should not hold, pending, try to clear, follow due processes. And you refuse. You went ahead to hold the convention, and you have the audacity to come back to the same convention. Federal High Court is one. To now say we should validate that convention, which we have said it should not hold. Whatever you did in that convention is a nullity. And therefore, we set it aside. Two, look at these people. The National Secretary and the chairman today, by Nyesom, Abdurrahman, filed to join in that suit, which he filed against INEC and the Federal High Court. I said, look, we are interested because we are now members, chairman and members of the National Caretaker Committee. And you do not challenge, you do not, challenge that environment. And therefore say, look, I recognize the National Caretaker Committee to be supervising the affairs of the party pending when you hold your convention. And the Caretaker Committee has come up, approved by NEC, that look, go ahead and hold convention so we can have people who are now elected. And you are telling me to say, look, we should stop holding the convention. That will be the worst mistake anybody will make. In fact, by suggesting that, it means that you're up to something. What I expected you to do, how do we participate? And that's the way it is done. And I said, okay, you now understand, okay. What positions are we giving them? I said, no. This was another problem. Positions have been zoned to the 6 geopolitical zones that make up the country. You are from the northeast. I'm from the south-south. Now what we should do, look at positions that are zoned in the various geopolitical zones, tell people to purchase the nomination form. Then before that convention, we would have sat down and come up with what we normally do called unity list. But it will not be as you are sitting here with me, I begin to say, you take this, you take that. It's not personal, it's not my property. And you must also attend the convention to show indeed, let the whole world see that indeed we're part of the whole thing. He said no, that they want to ask people, I said, okay, what position do you want to have? He said we should give the national secretary. I said, come on. You have just been conquered now. And you want to take this elephant meat? You're not talking from a strong background. I am the one who went to war, who won. And you want to take the lion's share? That would not be fair. It would not be fair. You want to be the head of secretariat? Then there was something you have in your mind. I don't know, what is all this position? Let us work together. At night to that convention, we'll draw up a unity list as always done. It was there he told me, and I never knew. Yes, even though he told me he was just coming back from Lagos. My man never went to see Mr. President. And it was first that he went to Lagos does not mean that he went to see Mr. President. So it was there he now told me, look, I want to see President. I told President that, look, I can't move to APC. I want to be in PDP to support you. I said, you told President that? But that was the same accusation you are giving me now. That I'm supporting me, so I'm trying to destroy PDP. So you're going to say that? He said, yes. Now, you know, of course, you know we're all politicians. All kinds of manner of games and this and that. So it's okay. I should give him till tomorrow. Let him go and meet his people. Let him go and meet his people and get back to me. That was to be Thursday. I never saw him. I never saw him again. Then what the announcement was on Friday. I'm at, what's it called, ADC leadership, going to see him. And look at it, this is how I watched it, that I was told what he was saying. I can't believe that. And that's what I'm talking about character. That's what I'm talking about consistency.
Are you relieved now that he has exited?
Can I finish? This is my problem. You asked me a question. Can I finish and I just will get the whole gist of what... I'm not about being relieved. I've never been worried. Do I look like somebody who was worried any time? No. No, but let Nigerians hear what happened. Okay. If you had that, and they said he has gone to president 3 times to say a president will intervene. Now my question is, president is another party. You are meeting president to intervene what? In our own party? I don't understand that. Indeed, is that correct? Is that really that you went to president for president to intervene, which we all know is wrong? But is it correct that really that was what you went to see president for? Certainly not. Rather, he went to negotiate how they will give him to produce a successor. And he couldn't achieve that. 3 times. He couldn't achieve that. And I've always told people, we have children, we have wives, we have relations. Sometimes the statements you make, if you have children, they should ask them, Dad, I can't believe this. Did you watch what you said yesterday or 2 weeks ago? Look at what you're saying now. How do you think people will look at us? That our dad is not a consistent person. That our dad is not somebody people should trust. There in that meeting, you told me that I hope I know that he can never in life work with Atiku. That going to ADC is, in fact, it's like, okay, his death has come.
He told you that.
I'm telling you, but that's not funny, but I'll tell you. Now, and I realized what he told me in 2022, 2023. When the president today emerged as the presidential candidate of APC. I was going to the international airport, Port Harcourt, to open the VIP lounge that I built, that the administration built. So he told me he was coming to see me. I said, don't you come into town because I was going to the airport. So it's better you land at the airport and wait for me at the airport. So when I got to the airport, he was already there. So we moved to the lounge, two of us. He said, look, he cannot work with Atiku. 2022, 2023. He said, look, he knows that Atiku hates him, and there's no way and he refused. He said, let us work together. That was going to take me to the president now, Aswaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I said, okay. 4 days, I never saw him. I saw him on television. I saw him on television with Atiku and go. I said, what kind of businessmen are this? You say one thing here, the next thing, you are doing a different thing. So I laughed. The same man, what he told me 2023, and what he told me on this Wednesday when we met, on Friday, the same man has now agreed to go to ADC, where the same article that does not like him is, and said, I was the problem of PDP. I was sent by APC to destroy PDP. Now, this is the agent of the APC, destroyed PDP, yet you went to see Mr. President to negotiate on how you can come into the same APC. I mean, look at this, you know, and every time we appear and we talk to Nigerians, and nobody asks questions, what kind of characters are these? Is it what will be seen every time? Why would you think that it's because politics? You are insulting Nigerians. 1 minute you tell Nigerians this, the other minute you tell Nigerians that. Anybody who has asked me cannot say. I've always said from day one that I'm going to support a certain president. I never said I was going to leave PDP. I never said so. And that's why I'm still here. Now, so that is to tell you that I hear again, he was supposed to declare for ADC yesterday, probably for the shocker that came. So he said, look, these people that they said they don't have executive, I'm in trouble. So let me hold on first. Now, he has received also APC leadership. Look at how people are trading. So you come here today, it's Wike. There way you go there, it's Atiku. There they go there, oh, APC don't want to see me. You don't even know they want to believe again. So that's where we are on that note.
All right.
I have.
Okay. Happy Easter to you once again, and it's so good to hear you talking to the Nigerian people. Isn't this scenario being created as a result of the state of our polity at the moment, where politicians have made it almost difficult for political parties to function, to the extent that you know, there is this accusation that the governing party is making it difficult for opposition political parties to function, and that's why people like Bala Mohammed are going around doing forum shopping, trying to look for where it looks like a good place for them to be able to stay. How will you react to that accusation that politicians like you have allowed, you know, personal emotions and greed to drive that? And because of that, right now, many people rush to Mr. President to pledge loyalty at night. Then by daytime, they come and say some things against you. And then, secondly, sir, what magic did you do to
let's take one so that I won't forget.
Oh, okay, sir.
But I want you to know the word that politicians like me, because of greed and this stuff, will know that word. I'm not a greedy man. I will not agree. Human beings can be greedy. Some human beings can be greedy. But now that I become politician, no. So many people are greedy, but you don't know, you have not done anything with them. They said, when you give a man power and money, then you know the true state of that person, right? Even you will see that here, you don't have power and I don't have money. So you appear to be a very good man. Until today, the day power is given to you, you are seeing allocation where you are presiding over. That it is that we know whom actually you are.
You are buttressing what is there.
No, what I'm saying. No, listen now.
Once they get money,
excuse me, why not hold on? Why not hold on? I said it's only politics that exposes you to know whom actually we are. That's the point I'm trying to make. Not that politician, that's the point I'm trying to make. Now, but let me also tell you this, it's not correct that the ruling party, and I take exceptions to that. Let me tell you here, if there was anybody who could have done that under Buhari, it was me. If there was anybody that was tormented by a government, it was me. I never ran away. Who of them will say this government is tormenting him or her?
Well, the ADC is claiming that, sir.
ADC, I mean, which of them empowered to say you've been tormented? I'm coming. Let me come after it. So I'm using myself as an example. What they are talking, see, people should be careful. APC, under the Buhari government, had never wanted to kill PDP by using Modi Ali Sheriff. Had they forgotten? By people like Chubigero Tumiamechi and the former DG of SSL, Daura. You don't know. When people talk about government making efforts to kill the opposition, the only opposition then was PDP. APC government under Buhari then, through Amechi and the former DG. In fact, with all due respect, with my brother, the governor of the Igbo state now, played together to use Modi Sheriff to destroy PDP. People like us said, no, it won't work. We said, it will not work. We never ran down to Buhari to say, please, let me come and join you. We never did that. So it's not, don't say people going about, this government has not let any individual come up. I'm talking about governors now. Let any individual come up to say this government was harassing him. This government is doing this or doing that. I was personally haunted. My person was personally haunted. There's nothing that EFCT at that time did not do to us at the state government. I never chickened out. We fought Modi Sheriff. We won at the Federal High Court. Our winning at the Federal High Court was one of the reasons the government sent SSS to go and impound Justice Liman retired today at the Federal High Court. You remember what happened that night? So when people are talking about this government, I laugh. I just want to let people know. The matter went to the Court of Appeal. Judgment was to be given by 9 a.m. Judgment was not given till about 5, 6 p.m. They set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court. We were in Lagos at a co-signature. I made them think they were in the 3rd floor. When the judgment came out, the Modi Sheriff now is the political, jubilation. Well, we have gotten them. And Modi Sheriff, our man now is the chamber of the PDP, opposition party. We laughed. I never ran away. Let me also I hired the lawyers, led by Wole Olani people, Kanagabi, Isukala, and all of them. They better go to Supreme Court. It was Supreme Court that we won. That's how we threw out Modi Sheriff. So it's not, when you talk about government, what did the government do? You are looking for an excuse. You don't have any reason other than, let's do this. I want to tell you that all those things are just lies. If you are party, you know you're an opposition party. You know the government or the ruling party or the government in power will only look for a loophole. That is politics. Will only look for a loophole, just like you in opposition, looking for a loophole where the government is not doing well to capitalize on in order to take over power. The ruling government too will be looking for a loophole in the opposition to say that opposition will be weakened. People should know that this is the truth. So why I'm bringing this instance now for you to know that killing opposition is not because Tinubu's government. I said under Buhari, this is what they did to kill PDP. All these people shouting. It's only when it does not favor you. I can also tell you what then the APC under Buhari did to make sure that they take Rivers State by all means. By all means. Erifa is alive. He's alive. There are them governors of the Northwest met with our late president. Unknown to them, or not realizing that there was a PDP governor amongst them, not realizing, because they spoke in their language, and the president was angry. I was saying, you people in front of you, were making me to change CPs, this Rivers State, everything. What happened? Did they achieve the result? So, you see, when people come now to talk about Tinubu's government doing this, you forget that. I'm not saying they're doing it, but I have not seen anything. I have not seen anything. When people do not want to work, when people do not want to make sacrifice, you go and take excuse that, oh, the government. Let one person say that EFCC has come after the governors.
Yeah, Bala Mohammed said that. And then my second question.
First of all, remember, but remember that Bala Mohammed was facing EFCC charge before he became a governor. Remember.
My second question. Go ahead. My second question is that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
no, go ahead.
I just wanted to.
Go ahead.
What magic did you do to have people like Ahmed Makarfi, Bukola Saraki, Sule Lamido attend your convention, even in the face of a case that had been taken to the Supreme Court against the PDP, which may likely teach, the situation. So when people saw those faces at that convention, that's when they actually felt that you had emerged the national leader of the PDP. What magic did you do?
That's not like magic. Is you talking to people, let them understand the reality. It's not to chase shadows. These are experienced and leaders in their own right, who have said that, look, what is the bone of contention? You have always talked about, in fact, what they have always carried, entire affairs of the party. In fact, that's one news all of you like, entire affairs of the party, entire affairs of the party. Even I can give it to you, even when these matters go to court. The moment the court sees that, oh, it is between me and you, the same party, it's the entire affairs of the party. Nobody wants to really look down. What is the claim? Or what are the claimants? What are they asking for? Read it first before you find out whether it's the entire affairs of the party. So those who are lazy, those who don't want to work, will always come entire affairs of the party. Journalists will call it entire affairs of the party. Everybody, entire affairs of the party. What is the point of contention? And that's how God works. Before this judgment of Court of Appeal came, there was a matter, the Supreme Court gave judgment a week to the, take for example, today is a Monday, for example. Tomorrow will be Saturday, for example. Supreme Court gave judgment the FCT election under Buhari. There are two issues. Two people in the same APC contended. I'm the candidate, but he is the candidate. At the Federal High Court, the respondent won. At the Court of Appeal, it was dissenting 2-1. The respondent still won. Then the plaintiff went to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court came out clearly. Now look, it is not in every matter it's the entire affairs of the party. That when you refuse to obey the Constitution, when you refuse to obey the Electoral Act, when you refuse to obey even the electoral guidelines, the court has right to intervene. And in this case, what are we asking for? What are we asking for? What we are saying, look, INEC, by law, you are a creation of law, and therefore you must obey the law. Can you participate in the activities of these people who have refused to obey the constitution of the country, who have refused to obey the Electoral Act, who have refused to obey INEC and electoral guidelines, who have refused to obey the PDP's constitution itself. Can you, in all this, participate in what they are doing? We should INEC. So the principal relief, eventually, was against INEC. And the court said, look at it clearly. INEC can't do this in the face of this. INEC cannot do this in the face of this. We're not talking about who is chairman of party. We don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about you can't go ahead with your convention because you have violated all these laws. And INEC, as a creation of law, you cannot participate in this. People should get it clear. It's not every time you come up, you say, internal affairs of the party, internal affairs of the party. What is internal affairs of the party there? We're not talking about who is chairman of the party. We're not saying that Damagu at that time was not chairman. We didn't say so. We are saying that 14, 15 states have not done their primaries. Can you deny them participation in the National Convention? 14 states without having their congresses. No caretaker participates in National Convention. They don't vote. And the court said, look, and even the required statutory notice that you're supposed to give to INEC, INEC said, you did not give them. So in the face of all this flagrant disobedience or violation, can INEC be part of what is going on? So, why we're trying to say, so it is not about magic. This Chudela Lamido is been experienced. McAfee is been experienced. And these are founding fathers of the party. The former Senate president is been experienced. And now comes a time, gentlemen, I think we have allowed you to this extent. We can't continue. We love this party. We don't want this party to die. And therefore, they say, look, to show commitment, to let Nigerians know we are still interested in this party. We will participate in this convention. We believe that is the right thing to do. Yes, you have gone to Supreme Court. We have no problem with the Supreme Court. We are happy. It is a part of the development of the law. We're happy. If the Supreme Court says you are wrong, no problem. But I believe our legal team is so strong. Look at all the aspects, look at all ramifications. They don't know why it should be cut out. But we are lying to the Supreme Court. We are not, it's not about, so you be using every time faction. You create faction. We have not created, there's no faction. You have seen that the law had recognized. When we did the convention, you saw INEC there. When they did the Amana convention, did you see INEC? But every time you come to blame, and when that thing happened, we blame INEC. What is the blame about INEC? The court has told INEC you cannot participate in this. And then you're blaming INEC. INEC should disobey what the court said. And to just satisfy you, in order not for you to raise the blackmail propaganda, they fall in. No, nobody does that.
Opening question on the presidency at PDP. I know you say it's not all about the presidency, but people are curious. I, for one, would like to know your view of the fact that you are now the national leader of the party. Are members comfortable with the fact that they can apply for the presidency and they will not have your support? And are there people willing to go as far to show their commitment to the party by sticking their name out as a presidential candidate, knowing that they will not have your support?
No, have it very clear. What you want to achieve, is it just your name to be in the ballot that you are already president, or you want to win presidency? Which one do you want?
In this instance, it's a democracy. People
I know. Are you saying democracy is just let it be that people have seen me?
No, I'm looking at your figure as the national.
That's what I'm asking
leader
you. That's what
party.
I'm saying. I'm saying this. I say, look, yes, I'm national leader. I agree. There's no reason why.
So,
for example, no, first thing, I don't do anything for just doing sake. I face the reality on ground. What is the reality on ground? We have told the party, the NWC, to start up a small committee and look at the viability of us within the election after the presidency is concerned. Primaries starting April 23rd. Is that correct? It's not correct.
Yes.
Now, you tell me seriously, tell me seriously, you want to run for presidency, you wake up now. Somebody goes, I want to be president of Nigeria. The primary starts from 23rd. Do you want to convince me that there's seriousness in that? You see, we must be very objective, and that's the problem we're having in this country. We don't do things emotionally. In fact, I was surprised yesterday, thoroughly surprised, when I was watching politics today. Sheung, if there was any way to break the screen, I would have shot him.
I'm coming more.
Shot
television or shot him.
In 5 feet, we get to him.
Shot him.
Let me tell you. No,
You didn't say that.
let me tell you. No, that's what I'm saying. No, the point I'm saying is how you can take yourself, the interviewer, saying that we cannot allow this only one party to do. Look, I said, what is this? You are an interviewer. You are not telling them your own view that how can they be there and make them to allow one party in this country. We will not. I was just taken aback. I know that's the point I'm trying to make. There's nothing wrong. You are there and you are asking questions. How would you have allowed this kind of thing to happen? Now you are not the one coming out in a national television making that kind of which means you've already taken a position which is not right. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I'm not that I'm going to give. No, what I'm trying to say, the anger that how could an interviewer, the anchor person, be making such a statement? And I said, this is not the kind of journalism I have seen people. I watch other stations, I watch CNN. You can see somebody. I mean, there's nothing wrong in putting a question to him. How do you feel? How do you see? And there's nothing wrong in that. But for you, you can see the anger in him. It's very bad. So the point I'm making, I will not, because the national leader of the party, and I know that we are not prepared to vie for the presidency, for example. I just say, call what's your name? Sambo, come. Go and connect for presidency for the sake of we have contested election. I don't like that.
But you've urged us.
The point I'm making, nobody goes out to say, Benga, come and run for presidency. No. Benga must be emotionally, psychologically, be prepared. I want to do this.
Is it safe there to conclude that the PDP will not field a serious presidential?
I did not say that. I said, for me, if I look at the reality.
Well with that, isn't
No. What I'm trying to say.
I was actually going.
No, what I'm trying to say, listen to me carefully. I said, a committee have a set up to look at the viability. I said so. But I'm just trying to let you know, if we are being realistic, if you want to talk about presidency, and do you want us to go and pick form simply because we want to be there that we have run for presidency when we don't want to make any impact? Or can we make any impact? But if they are saying that today, I know how many people who want to be governors in their state. I know how many people who want to be senators. I know how many people want to go to House of Reps. I know how many people want to go to House of Assembly. In each state, you can see the vibrancy in them. Even coming back, sir, give us the ticket for Senate. So I'm coming. I'm just trying to let you know. So that I know where you are. You are rushing to.
No, actually you don't.
But
you be leader of a party,
No, let me just.
and you're already saying that your party does not have the wherewithal.
I didn't no. Please. Take the English. No. Where would tell is finance? Where would that have to do with finance?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you. Finance, when they say party does not have money. No, the party does not have money. An individual must say, listen, take reality. You are not politicians. You want us to tell you what will suit you. I will not do that. What I'm trying to tell you is that, first of all, I want to run for president. For example, now, I've checked myself. I have resources to start with, but no one man alone. Do you understand me? Can have all the resources. You may have support. Supporters will come to give them some when they know first of all, you stand the chance of making any impact. No, you see, take for example, tell me now, come out for president. Even as I am here now sitting as the Minister of FCT, I resign now, like if you wrote that I've resigned. And even have my new signature you sign. You know, take for example, I want to come out now for presidency. Tell me, even if I have all the money, do you understand me? What impact am I going to make from now? If we are talking about presidency, we're not talking about local government chairman. We're not talking about House of Assembly. We're not talking about House of Reps. When you are talking about a local government or two local governments, you are talking about 36 states and FCT.
Or could it have been that they were discouraged because of your
follow-up,
brazen and constant support for Mr. President's re-election in 2023?
How could they have been when in 2023, did I not say I will support Mr. President? So why were they not discouraged at that time? It's not correct.
Just a quick follow-up, just to conclude.
Delegates from River State.
Protect the lady.
I'm just trying to quickly wrap up where I'm sorry. So I wanted you to speak to the fact that you are upset that Sheung said we are sliding to a one-party state.
No. Listen to what I said.
Okay, let me just frame it correctly. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? As an interviewer, you don't need to put yourself as if you know that this is your position.
The point I'm trying to make is you've urged us to be logical in looking at things. The ADC doesn't seem to be stable. The Labour Party seems to be...
Can I come to that?
And then...
Can I come to that? I come to that?
No.
Now you have brought this ADC. I'm sorry, now you have brought it. You see, that's why we should be able to ask ourselves questions. I'm going to, frankly speaking, if I was a member, so-called, if I were to join to any party, I would be very careful not to join some of these parties that already have crisis and issue.
Including the PDP?
As if I were to join any party. I'm already in PDP. So why you say including PDP again?
Well, you were given an...
I said if I was to enter another party, I would be careful. Look into the crisis first. Those parties are not rooted like PDP.
Okay.
They are not rooted like PDP. Now, do you know what happened in the ADC? That's why sometimes I try to read, go and find out. And this was the case management, as far as I'm concerned, where I saw it. Barack Gombe went to court sometime September 2025, filed an originating summons, for ex parte order, and motion for interlocutory injunction. They went to court. The court said, no. Put them on notice and let them come and show cause why I should not grant this. I don't know what I mean. Show cause. In essence, I'm not going to grant anything at their back. But the court has not taken a decision as far as we are concerned, from what I read. Now, what did the ADC do? They went and appealed to the Court of Appeal against what the judge said, put them on notice to come and show cause why they should not be granted. There are lawyers who are so experienced and this thing. They would do it. They would go to court and make sure they argue the matter. And then we can go on appeal. But look at the danger. And that's what we should tell themselves. Ask, what is the truth in this matter? Before you begin to blame INEC, before you begin to blame judiciary, before you begin to blame the ruling party. Is it the ruling party that told your lawyer to go and file an appeal when the matter has not even been had? Just because the judge said, put them on notice and let them come and show cause why I should not make this order. You want an appeal. Let me tell you what most lawyers have been doing. It happened in our own matter where we went to court asking the court to tell INEC to be recognizing us because the carrier committee have been formed. 2, that police should give us support to open the secretariat so we can occupy them. Now, the judge said, I won't grant that, but I would rather say, put them on notice and come and show cause. Why? They didn't come to court. They wrote petition against the judge to recuse himself. You are not going to the court. They wrote petition against the judge to recuse himself. And blah, 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 blah. They went to Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal gave judgment. What has happened? In the first place, it's a discretionary order. And 2, it's a territorial issue. You must seek leave of the court before you call, whatever it is. The court has not said anything and threw away their appeal. The same thing happened in this ADC. And the Court of Appeal said, as far as we are concerned, the judge has not granted or refused to grant. Or the judge said, put them on notice to come. And you're also talking about the issue of jurisdiction. The Court of Appeal said, no, the matter has not been had to talk about the issue of jurisdiction. If the matter has been had, and even if you did not raise the issue of jurisdiction in that lower court, you can raise it for the first time in the Court of Appeal. That is, the matter has already been had in the trial court. Blah, 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 blah. And the court gave judgment. Now, the question you should ask, what is the judgment that the Court of Appeal gave that made ADC to go and appeal to Supreme Court? What was the judgment that the court made, or the order the court gave, that made them to appeal to Supreme Court? If there was no order made by the Court of Appeal, would they have appealed to Supreme Court? If the order made was not against them, would they have appealed to Supreme Court? Judgment was given in March 12th. APC filed notice of appeal on 16th of March 2026. In fact, on the 31st of this month, that's when they transmitted the record of appeal to Supreme Court. On the 1st of April, being 2 days ago, they filed for motion for stay of execution of that judgment. What judgment are you going to stay? What judgment? I'm coming. What judgment are you filing motion for stay of execution if the judgment was nothing to affect you? Now, what was judgment? Even in their ground 7 of their ground of appeal, they are complaining, why should the judge grant order of status quo ante bellum? Why? If that order was not touching on you, if that order does not have any negative effect on you, would you have appealed? Certainly not. Now, let me I know you will come. It's good for Nigerians to get all this part. It's very good to come on television. INEC did this. You have gone on appeal. Tell Nigerians, what did you go to do on appeal? What order that you think was negative to you that you want on appeal? Because they have not told Nigerians that they want an appeal on that judgment. They did not tell that they filed a motion for stay of execution of that judgment. Do you stay something that is favorable to you? Do you go and appeal something that's favorable to you? You go and appeal something that's not favorable to you. Now, and the lawyer on the respondent side wrote a letter to INEC. You must comply with the orders given by the judgment of Court of Appeal. In fact, I must say this, to my own mind, ordinarily, INEC ought to, by that job, ought to be recognizing what is called Bala Gobe. But INEC is not to be seen to be biased. Now say, look, in fact, ADC should even be happy that INEC said, look, we're not going to recognize any of you until you sort out your matter at the court, right? But if you ask me personally, I would think that INEC did that in order to say that they are balancing, not to be seen to be. But it just matters not to you helping this person or not helping this person. The law says this: whether it is good or whether it is bad, that's what the law says. Now, you now said. Okay, let me end. So, okay, you now say, no, what INEC did was bad. Political parties should know that you must put your house in order. Not when you have messed up. You go and hold INEC. If you don't hold INEC, you hold the judges. If you don't hold the judges, it's the ruling party. Is it the ruling party that told you to make that kind of blunder you made? Blunder. That may be costing you heavily now. But you won't tell people the truth. You go and bring people to interpret what's antebellum. Okay, assuming you have different interpretation, why do you go to court based on that granting of the status quo antebellum? And that is the ground 7 of the ground of appeal.
We have to go on a quick break, except that with all the elaborate information and facts we have given, you have just further armed those who believe that you are involved in fueling the crisis in the agency.
No, please, no. But before you go, no, because you see, that is the problem. No, listen, that's why, that's why I say you people should try to read. Let me tell you, when I say better, if there are documents, public documents, what you do, tell any of yourself, can I have documents? Can I have the Court of Appeal judgment? Can I have the order made by the Federal High Court? Can I have, if the AD appeal, you apply. I have all. You don't need to. And that's the way you're talking on television. Talk with the facts. Talk with the authority. You don't just come up to say something, you don't even have the facts. You've not even read anything. I have read, so I can tell you, see what happened. Not because I'm interested. In any case, why should I not be interested? I'm a citizen of this country. I must know what is going on in other political parties.
Okay.
I must know.
It's okay. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back from the break, Chamberlain, we are going to be leading the discussion from there. We'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
I said I've not endorsed anybody. That we have to be careful. That what happened to us last time will not happen again. That this time around, the leaders will sit, others will sit. So those who are parading that they have been endorsed, that is their business. Because if you don't do that, you know how this rumors go. Before you know, they say, oh, this person, you may see somebody in my car, or you see him in my house every day. It's like, this is the man that they have endorsed. That's okay. If that will satisfy you, you can come and be riding with your stay in my house as much as you want. That is not endorsement on anything. And I have to make it clear. That's what I said. Now, if you talk about hosting delegates, you see, we must leave the pettiness of the politics we play. First of all, as the Minister of FCT, many people who came for their delegates something, they are Rivers people. FCT came for their delegate convention, they are Rivers people. Even if I am in opposition party, to show you leadership quality, does it stop you from hosting your brothers and sisters who came? Why not this? I say, even though I may belong to a political party, to show you leadership, you have left that pettiness, that level of political pettiness. Yeah, people came. Okay, assume it, for example. They say somebody, APC delegate, is about to die. I'm a Rivers man, FCT minister. And then they come and call my attention. Look, we have a problem. One of our brothers who came for this APC convention is almost dead. So I will sit there in my house. Am I an APC person? Let him die. You don't do that.
No,
but I'm coming now.
This kind of example is different.
Why not wait?
It's different.
It's not different. I'm just laying foundation because
you are playing godfather for the two parties in that state.
If you want to be the interviewer and if you want the one that will be interviewed, you do. Listen to me and answer questions. I'm not satisfying you, I'm satisfying Nigerians. The Nigerians will hear and let them differentiate what I have said. Two. And I've told you each time, why can't you play politics of bringing everybody together? Why do you play politics of, I'm not a member of PDP, let them don't dare my house. I'm not a member of APC, let them don't dare my house. Now today, you used to hear, oh, in reverse election, every time war, poor. That's what you like. No, I'm coming. That's what you like. Now we have come together and to say, listen, we can't continue to play that politics. It will not be winner takes it all. What I would drag for that, if you're in PDP, what you need, if you get it through PDP, make sure for the benefit of Rivers. If you get it through APC, make sure for the benefit of Rivers. And I congratulated them. I said, APC, you've done well. You got national vice chairman and publicity secretary on the zone. PDP, you've done well. You got deputy national chairman, SAT. In essence, you are making Rivers people to be proud. The politics of today is no longer politics of yesterday, where we are no longer anywhere. No, we must be relevant. We must be relevant to people to know that yesterday is gone. Yesterday of Rivers State cannot be today of Rivers State. Nobody can come into Rivers State now and cause crisis. No. If you're a governor under PDP, see that you are not just all of us. If you're a governor under APC, see that it is all of us.
People are saying you should have allowed Governor Fubara play the host to stakeholders in APC. Delegates of APC, you'd have allowed him. But you want to put one leg in, one leg here.
No, don't ask questions that will be given, that will be making you to stay away, to derate. First of all, I'm not going to go. But Fubara knows what to do. He's a member of APC. If people came, he didn't host them. What's my business? If you want to host them, what's my business? Can I also tell you, some senators from our place did the same thing. Some House of Representatives hosted people. It is not, you see, when you say one other level, but as if somebody went and tied you, say no, don't host APC, no, or don't host PDP. What I'm doing today, I've done it severally. When I was governor, I did it. I'm a Rivers man in the first place. So issue of belonging to PDP, APC is neither here nor another. As FCT minister, I don't differentiate in terms of empowerment, helping people. I don't. Go and ask them. That's why they have that confidence. So if I were you, you should take the challenge and go back to your state and say, look, my governor, my leader, can't you people put yourselves together as Rivers State is? Is it easy? Is it easy? You should say, gentlemen, you are doing something that differs from other people. Today there's unity in our state. You don't see anybody fighting between who and who. Before, you can see heavy violence, but you can't see it again. So if we have adopted that strategy to keep our state going, and you know it is good, why not remove pride from yourself? Go and meet your governor. Whose state are you from? What? No, sorry, whose state are you from?
It's not about me. I'm from.
No, which state are you from?
I'm from Ondo State.
All right. Tell Lucky, your governor, to do the same thing that happened in Rivers State. Bring APC, bring ADC, bring anybody together. There's nobody I will call in Rivers State that will not come. There's nobody. If assuming there's ADC, assuming there's ADC in Rivers.
Call Rotimabichi.
I said that, you see, you personify a party, that's the problem you have. You say personify party. I said, if there's ADC in Rivers, okay, if they say they're coming for convention here, I'll call them, I'll host them.
They are coming on the 14th.
I don't know. I don't. So I don't want to talk what I don't know.
Minister, you've given us some background as to what happened when you were in PDP as governor, how the then ruling party tried to look for loopholes within your party. They tried to take advantage.
Not just loopholes. They came to make sure that they will kill opposition. So the point I'm making is that those people who are shouting that, I mentioned was APC. All of them, most of them were APC.
Yeah. So what is wrong with them saying that it is the ruling party that is trying to kill?
That's what I'm saying now. What I'm trying to say, you were in the ruling party when you are trying to destroy PDP. Why are you saying that assuming it is happening? Why are you doing that it is a new thing that's happening? When you have done that.
So that means that is happening now?
No. I have not considered to the fact. All I'm saying, assuming don't consider that what I said is correct. But that was what you did yesterday by making sure that the only position, the voice of the opposition that PDP was killed. And I gave you a study of what happened. How they brought Modi Sharif and the rest to make sure that PDP was decimated. And because of people like us who stood firm, who said no, we will not agree to this, and PDP survived it. I have given that referendum. The same people, governors or leaders, should not look for excuses. They should also say, look, we will not assuming such was there. So I'm saying that people should are looking for excuses. If you're not serious, if you don't have what it takes to fight a cause you believe in, you better go and sit down. Not be calling ruling party. If you don't sleep, it's ruling party. If you and your wife are quarreling, ruling party.
Even though they have a point. Let me read this quote from the governor of Imo State. He says, anyone who believes in the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu should be bold enough to join the APC. We do not want crafty politicians who want to scam APC in the guise of supporting our leader and president, and then do something else the next.
Yeah, look. I support. Listen.
It looks as if he was referring to you.
It doesn't matter whether referring to me or not. Those who are supporting, who said are supporting the president, 2023, what vote did they give to president? President couldn't make 5% in their state. President won in my state. So who is the genuine supporter? Like I've told you, I have never said, and it is clear, anybody who understands me very well. I don't play two sides. I don't. It doesn't matter whether you like it or don't like it. I said in national television for 2022, 2023. It had nothing to do with the big. I said I would support president, but however I would tell the governor of National Assembly, which we did. President won, but one governorship, one House of Assembly, one Senate. So it's not about those who it is actually who is practicing to really show that you are supporting Mr. President, as you have said. It's not about, listen, you see, what I don't like in people is you see, for me, I have conscience. If I belong to APC and I was the governor, if I belong to APC and I was a governor, and I could not give my president 5%, I don't need to talk. I don't need to. How could you say, as a sitting governor, the same election that Mr. President did, Mr. President could not get 5%, and there are people who won in the Indian party. How could you say that? As a sitting governor supporting Mr. President, I can take on anybody, when anybody wants to make a statement, whether statesman craft or not. There's no way you can throw away statesman craft. You cannot.
So do you
if I'm intelligent, listen, if I'm intelligent to say, look, I know I'm going to support president, but for the local election, I think my people want this.
So why don't you tell your party no need to present a presidential candidate since you're going to support the president?
No. That's the mistake that you're making. Every politics is local. You must understand that. You must understand. What is the issue here? The issue is whoever is saying that or is saying should come out and say, I'm not working for president for whatever I will get. No, it's not correct. And how many people can, if you know you're a strong person, I'm not a governor, for Christ's sake. I'm not a governor. I can tell you today, if as I start supporting president, not just in Rivers, I can tell you how many states people I can put to say you have to support Mr. President. Now they will call followership. All right. So it's not about because people should come out openly. Nigerians should know. Right for 2022, 2023, I said I was supporting president. Even as a Nigerians should know. If I want to play a game, can I tell you something? I can tell president if I want to play a game, I'm resigning. Let me go and run for presidency. You know it's not correct, but can't I do that? But I know that I'm being fake. You know that. I cannot do. I mean, people who know that. Whom are you playing? You are playing on the intelligence of Nigerians. But I could swear do that.
All right.
Have I not come out to say I'm running for president? Have I not almost won the primaries before the Nigerian politics came in? Nobody say people should respect people.
All right. Honorable Minister, in this same Abuja Velodrome where you held your national convention at the weekend was where you stood in 2022 and you were defeated by your political enemies, including Aminu Tambuwal, your friend. How much of a relief did you feel when you stood in that same place and you were emerging 4 years after as national leader. And when the history of this Fourth Republic is being written, how would you like history to remember you? And then my second question, some people are lucky to have governors. Well, I am not lucky to have a governor because I'm an indigene of the Federal Capital Territory. But indeed, I was really surprised by some of the steps you took recently, recognizing more than one first-class traditional ruler in the FCT. That is coming only after Jerry Husseini did it in 1997-98, and it has placed you on a very high historical pedestal. And then secondly, you also asked that indigenous people should be given CFOs on their ancestral lands and all of that. What exactly has made you to be guided by this principle of trying to protect the indigenous people of FCT?
Okay, let me start from the first question you asked. You know, my history is very important. And no man is God. That was why they started to kill PDP. 3-4 years ago. Again, that's where PDP was started to survive, to come alive. That's why when I look at people like the man, I laugh. When we talk about transparency, you only talk about transparency when you are now sitting in the front burner that things are difficult.
He was the chairman of that convention.
I'm coming. Remember in that convention, they have called all of us candidates and the aspirants to come out to speak. And we all spoke to the delegates. They now announced the voting process would have commenced. The man who was the chairman of the Electoral Commission Convention said there's an announcement to be made. He was part of that rigging. What was the announcement? Tabuan came out that he's withdrawing. I have no problem with withdrawing. I have no problem. Now you allow him to say, vote for my senior brother. That is campaign. Now why do you not call us back to say whether we can say anything as I just what he said? Well, obviously we would have had a point to point out that the man rigged us. That time there was no transparency. Today I started for transparency. You see how it is? They gave you to conduct a free and fair primary. You sat down there as the Senate President, or former Senate President, and did what you did. It did not occur to you. Come on, is this fair? Campaign has stopped. All the aspirants have gone back to their states to see them in their own pavilion. The man who spoke last, after me he spoke, he now called the man back because they saw what I spoke, they saw the ovation. They saw the ovation. In fact, they saw Kanu stand. It was terrifying. Then, of course, they did what they did. They told him, he came out, said, I've withdrawn. I have no problem with you withdrawing. Good. But to give another opportunity to say, vote for that candidate, I have no problem. That earned him a DG. That earned him hero of the convention, according to that man who likes, that man who takes one up, and there was a Yoshayu. He had him hero of convention. That's okay. The time will come when we will know who actually was the hero of that convention.
You never recovered from that episode.
After all,
since
then.
No, listen. When you say recovered, I have recovered, and who won? And I said you would not win, and I did it. I'm not happy they know. Did they win? A state which I coordinated, they lost. They lost. I can tell you how we did it. So, who have not recovered? They have not recovered from the shock. I'm bubbling every day. Look at me. So, who have not recovered? And why did they run away from PDP? Why? They know I'm there. They couldn't stand it. They ran away. And they thought, and they started surreptitiously backing these people, thinking that Ibadan convention will be upheld, so they will come back to PDP, because the only party that's on ground that can form a formidable opposition is what's called APC. I mean PDP. What is APC? They are talking about coercing people who are leaving the party. But those that came to your party, you are happy. Those who have not come to your party, nobody coerced them. Nobody spoke to them. Nobody told them anything. But when people move to that party, they are being coerced. You know, each time it suits you, when you are the one having an upper hand. Look at when the man said the national chairman should go and the commissioner. I agree. If they go, who appoints again? Who will appoint? Who will appoint? It's not the same president. So why are you going to play to the gallery? If you say national commissioners resign, national chairman resign, they have resigned now, for example. Can you appoint? You have the power to appoint. You were Senate president. All you would have done, as at that time you were there, Watamba, who was speaker, you would have amended the constitution to make sure the president is not the one who will appoint. So what is all this hula baloo? What is all this shouting? You know the removal of the chairman and commissioner provided in the constitution. Something that you don't see is not going to work. You don't come out and let people say, oh, he has said it. Said what? It means what? What's the effect? Let it be that you have said something. Once you said something that has no effect, I mean, that's the you should pass in life. So tell David Mark, when he was given the opportunity to conduct a transparent election, he didn't do it. He manipulated the system. Today, he's not shouting about non-transparent system for manipulation. Haba, haba, haba.
The Honorable Minister,
there is one question. Okay. You know, let me tell you something. I'll do those things people say that it cannot be done. When I came here, all kinds of things I've had. I come from a place, I'm within the city. I know how we discuss in our various families, meetings, how painful. Our own inheritance, we do not have it again. Yes, our place have turned to a city development area. Yes, I agree. But it's not that we are fully happy. Now today, we can't even know where we can bury our parents. Today, we have no farm to go to for us being in the city. Now for me, some people say, oh, don't touch our chieftaincy. Nobody have done it in River State. That's how we do it. They say, democracy. I say, yes. That's why I'm a governor. To solve crisis. I have the capacity to solve any problem that comes. And I did it. Heaven didn't fall. And I know heaven will not fall. I've gone. I came here and I looked at them. I said, come on. The communities are crying that, look, how many first class do we have? One thing, you must connect people to government. Tell them that government also appreciates it. Government know their worries. They say, look, help us. Let us be elevated to this. Now you ask yourself, what do you lose in elevating them? How is it going to affect you? Rather, it's going to make you and the people to have good relationship. The people are happy. That's how I was telling people that, look, anybody coming to campaign in Abuja, that's why I'm being realistic. It will be difficult to win the president based on the things he have done in Abuja. When he send me, who am I? So you think I can wake up in the morning and go and do certain things without the presidential approval? At the moment I announced that, look at the jubilation, look at the happiness all over their faces. That's what they call governance. And I said, look, everybody comes here, get plan, give them CFO. What about those who were here before here was made as a capital? What is their own fate? What is their own fate? Must they suffer because here is the capital? Must they not benefit also? So I decided to look, others come and collect land and have CFO. I will also give you CFO, so you can also enjoy it. After CFO give it to other people who come here, they sell it, make billions of naira. Yes. What about those who own here? Why can't you also give them that same opportunity? And that is why the people are so happy with Mr. President.
So do you think this policy will address the quest over large expanse of land where indigenous are still claiming ownership, like the areas around the airport that the military has taken over from the airport?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But again, it tells them that government also appreciates you. Government also has in their mind. You understand? It's not easy. I've told you the advantage of coming to be in a city gives, I'm from a city, development. Disadvantage that you lose a lot of things too. Again, this is the first time in the administration of any government in this FCT that tried to identify the indigenous people in terms of appointment. This is the first time. This is the first time. Mention who from Abuja who has become a minister. Mention.
Now,
let me mention nobody. Head of service from Abuja. Permanent secretary. So, you see, government understands. And that's why it will be difficult for anybody to say the people of Abuja will not appreciate what Mr. President has done for them. Bringing government closer to the people to say, look at me here. I'm here for you. That's why I go to all the satellite towns. Go to all the satellite towns. There's nowhere you can see development not taking place. Either road or whatever. Today, we are providing water to Karu, Oroso, Buhari, satellite town water, which will be inaugurated in this President's third year anniversary. Look, he has been able to open up the satellite town. Now, look at, you know where my house is? The back is Maduma. That place has been allocated under El Friday period. The people have not moved out. If you see the road, I wanted to Gilmore, but couldn't connect it. I came in, I called the communities. I said, listen, you must agree. This is the disadvantage of being in the city. You are happy when you go out, you say, here from Abuja, my place is the capital of Nigeria, I agree. You also will do certain things. I sat down with them, paid them compensation 2 times what they expected. The road is going on now. Now we are doing foundation to move them to Wasa. That's why go to Wasa now. We are providing infrastructure. So we are going to move them from that place because it is an eyesore coming to the city and seeing such area. So you don't just drive them away. That's why we are saying we are going to give them CO4 too, so they know they have their own property, and also make them have compensation. So it's a government that has a human face that tries to look. We're not just here to do road, but we're also here to make the digital people to be happy. Let nobody say that they're not like digital people. There are.
Now, Honorable Minister, Mr. President will be 3 years in office in about a month's time. My first question is, are we expecting a spree of project commissionings, much like we saw last year? And do you also care to take us through some of the projects that will possibly be commissioned? Then secondly, in most recent times, you've expressed satisfaction with the level of work going on in different parts of the city, in Karishi, in Karsana, and the rest. However, there's been a little complaint about the projects going on in Karu, the slight slow pace of the road project. What do you have to say about this, and are you satisfied with how the contractors are handling that project?
First of all, asking me whether there are project commission, something you know. You don't need to ask me that kind of question. You know.
But Nigerians need to.
They know. So I thought you would have asked another question that would have helped Nigerians. You know, it's like it's something that must be done. What will happen would be something that has never happened in the history of FCT. What we did last time of 20 projects, watch what will happen now. That's what you see. So, about inaugurating projects is taken as something that was. So don't take it to the bank that yes. Now, You talk about the quality. I'm always asking how you identify quality. Who are the companies that are doing this construction? Who are the major companies that you cannot write off? You cannot be happy. You cannot say they don't have to be happy. Companies that are reputable, not political contractors. I don't do that. I don't do that. Companies are reputable in this country. They can find them all over. It's not company you go and supervise jobs, but for just mere routine, you have to go and see and look. I need to sit down. So the quality is there. When people told you about Carol, I don't know who told you this. You see, the point is that the company Abduval is a Nigerian company. I never knew Abduval until when I came. There was a job that was awarded before we came, but we not started at Oshafa. Went to the work college there, Oshafa. So I said, what is this? I was not comfortable, but something said, okay, try it. You know, I can tell. I was amazed. I was dumbfounded. The VP commissioned those projects on behalf of Mr. President in our last 2 years in office. Now, when they went to Kauru, initially it was only one road. But you know, when I went there to flag them, I saw how happy they were. They were so excited. Before I know it, Kauru, all those areas there. So I think the chairman, AMAC chairman, who spoke, if I knew I wouldn't have allowed him to speak. Oh, sir, what you've done for us, if you can help us, EFCC road, this road, this road, this road. So when I came to speak, I said, well, since you're happy, we'll make you more happy. So all those roads, I have to take all of them at the same time. All these roads, I have to take all of them.
You mind if I just...
No, let me I don't forget. Okay.
Yeah, and this is coming from a journalist. So I think it's just to counter what you said. He said the road project in Kurudu is going on well. We are very happy with the project. The water project there is going on just fine. We need to give Minister Wike a title for his efforts in Kurudu, Orozo.
So,
this from a journalist.
Is it not going well? You see why I was saying? Sometimes you will stay in one place. You hear rumor, have you been there? Go and see. I have been there 4 times. I don't sit in my office for you to tell me this, and I don't. Each time I go there, look at school children, look at traders, they all run out. They can't believe it. You mean we can see a government that can tell us we'll do this and they're doing it? You mean you can see a minister face to face? Is it correct? It had never happened. And all these roads will be completed and inaugurated this June. You say apocalypse. Mind you, this road was awarded 2010. Apocalypse. 2010. 16 years today. 16 good years today. Now, we brought a competent contractor, FCT. Go and see what's happening there. Go and see what's happening in Buhari to Kubwa. The people say, look, I have never, if you don't go out, you wouldn't know how big Abuja is. If you are not following on the road, if that's the way, then you are making a mistake. Buhari alone, I went to Buhari to Kubwa, 17 kilometers. My brother. There's a church somewhere, one of these Pentecostal churches, I can't remember. I'm sure the pastor will say, I told you, our God will do it for us. I'm sure the pastor will pray now. Or you tell his members, I told you that our cry will be heard by the Almighty God. So, as I was passing there, you can see people came out from the church. That is how happy they are with the government. Go and see. Started from A2 Road to Pai, which President Commission. Take from Pai now to Gomani. Go and see from Gomani to Yanguji. Go and see. Go and see the one they call Arab Road, which I call Amazongo Road. Go and see. I am not here to do 3D. I don't do 3D. I don't do 3D. I'm not somebody who see what you are doing 3D. No, I don't believe in 3D. Seeing is what? Believing. Seeing is what? Believing. I want anybody to challenge me, whether you're a National Assembly member, whether you're a governor, whether you're anywhere, whether you're a chief, challenge the Minister of FCT. Come and tell us what you'll be using our tax money to do. Challenge me.
But how are you getting this money?
Fine.
Ministers are complaining of not getting money.
Fine. That's why you should know. That's why people should know we're talking about support. It's not about the party you belong to. It's not about coming on the television to say you're supporting president. Let us say what you do. To collect tax, you know it's not an easy thing. I don't know how many of you like to pay tax. If you ask an average Nigerian, they want everything free. But they want road, they want lights, they want this. As if you are going to cover the money. It is not easy. When I came to Abuja, we are like 8-9 billion every month. 8-9 and not 80. 8-9 billion. Before you go and write it that I said we are getting 80-90. 8-9 billion. That is 8 to 9, not 89. Right? I said, if the money we get from the federal government is 1% of the allocation of federal government, whatever federal government gets, they give us 1%. So if federal government gets $1 trillion, for example, they will give us 1%, which is 10 billion naira. 10 billion naira cannot carry the salaries. Take into account the minimum wage scaling up and the rest. Our salary in a month is not less than 12-13 billion. So we must augment. How do you augment? For the agile. And it must be very, very decisive. There's no abuse I think any politician has gotten than me. I think if after president, it's me that's getting the highest abuse. There's nothing will do that you won't get abused. So, he has come to take our land, he has come to do this, he has come to do that. Well, what's important to me, I want to be concentrated to do the job. The money we have gotten from tax, challenge me, Minister FCT, what are you doing? I will show, as I sit here, I don't need to call anybody to give me the files. As I sit here, in all the 6 area councils, I can tell you, as I'm sitting down here, see how many projects in each of the area councils. I can.
Last week, we got a report about 2 separate cases, this one chance matter. And usually, it happens in the evening for those who unfortunately witnessed it. I know that you have different security meetings in the FCT about this matter. Could you tell us what is being done? What is the latest that you're doing to ensure that that is, if not reduced to the barest minimum, but eliminated entirely?
I think what you said just recently, but I thought you would have started this way. That since you came, we have been able to reduce this one chance. You didn't say that. I thought you would have said, since you got this one chance, what have you been doing? If for the past how many months you've not had it, you just had it now, or these few days, then that should mean that we have been working very hard to make sure that this one chance does not occur again. But again, you should also understand that the more strategy you apply, the armed robbers, the criminals, whatever, will try to see how they will, at least 1 or 2 times, they may try to succeed. Do you understand me? That's why you cannot say one security strategy will be able to solve the entire problem. We have had a meeting, and the security people have said, look, it looks like the one chance thing is reoccurring. But happily, we'll try to make sure that it wasn't there again, or that impact was no longer felt. Now, they have come to say, look, from our report, it does appear that this one chance is reoccurring. Therefore, we have to adopt different strategy. My business, my duty, is to give security agencies all the necessary support. Now again, it will be wrong. That's why we make a mistake to come to the public, to begin to tell you our strategies on how to cope this menace. When you do that, the armed robbers, those who participate in that, you know they're watching this television. You know that? They're watching. But all I can tell you, thank you, like I said, which we have taken notice. Just watch in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Call me back. Whether that report you gave, or I will call you to say, Chamberlain, how far? Has any other person come to give you that report? But I will always say, for us to know, it will be foolish for anybody to say. In a society like ours, you cannot have 1 or 2 crimes being committed. It will be very difficult, and people must face that reality. People must face that reality. I don't like a situation where we think that even in the advanced countries, the only difference is that when it occurs, there is the 95%, 99% chance that it will be caught. And when they are caught, they will face the music. That is the only difference. That we have not been able to show that we have that capacity to make sure that something that happened 50 years ago, that we are still pursuing it, to make sure those who are involved will face the wrath of the law. But whether can
public transportation system.
No, remember,
that's a little while ago.
For example,
you inaugurated the monument for the Abuja bus terminal.
No, I did not inaugurate.
What was done?
What happened? We said it will not be handled by the FCT. Okay. That we are going to firm it out. And when it was firmed out, the cost was beyond ministerial approval. Okay. And so we have to write to FEC. We have to write to President, which of course means that it will come to FEC. I thank God it was about 1 week or 2 weeks ago that FEC approved the management contract. Even when it came to someone about good assessor, no, it's not about approving the management. It is because of the cost implication. It's beyond, it's above ministerial approval. So that's why we came, and it was approved. Now, the body or the firm that is working with us have come, and they have given him the papers. So he's putting everything now to make sure that that commences. Again, that will be a point to see that this one chance is also reduced, because at that when it starts, you won't go on the road to go and enter a vehicle. You don't know who owns it. You have to go to the bus terminal where you know that these buses are being controlled by the FCT and the management firm. So if anything goes wrong, you know the vehicle that will be held responsible. For me, you know that as a government process is long. And people may not know that. If I've gone ahead to start it, when I know that it is above ministerial approval, somebody will come up one day that look at what the minister is doing, approving social amount of money for management, which he has no power. So you have to follow due process. But at least we're almost there. So we not to be patient.
I wanted to stick with
yes, over that.
Issues that you raised. You're beyond the FCT minister, you're a national figure, and across the country there are concerns about kidnapping, banditry. We've had similar recent situations in other states. For you to speak to the concerns that are being raised on a daily, that we have economic issues on one hand, and then security is something that people feel like it's not working enough. And then we had the president go to Jos to commiserate just the other day, to commiserate with the people. And then there's this video playing around that he was in a hurry to leave. Then people are saying, is that enough commiseration, or he just wanted to show his face there?
You know the problem I don't like in this country? We leave issues and face trivialities. Until president sleeps with those who lost, until he sleeps with them in the same bed. That's the only way you know that he has commiserated with them. Until he goes to each one, family by family. That's the only way you will know he has commiserated with them. Why do we play politics in everything? Mr. President was to go somewhere because of his concern for what has happened in Plateau. He cancelled it. This is more important to me. Is that not enough to show that, look, he means well? He did not only say, I will go, he went there. And in fact, I was watching channels this morning. I was so taken aback. Two ladies were saying, how could you have gone there? You just left. And then people, passengers who were traveling, they were suffering, all kinds of things. You know, I feel so bad. Assuming, have you seen where, take for example, the president of America or whoever comes here, for example, do you know 10 kilometers of this area, nobody will be around? Do you know that? Do you remember when Bill Clinton came here? Nobody stayed in Hilton. You know that. Why would you not stay in Hilton because the president came? If it was your president, oh, how can you, the president, and then they go and shut down Hilton? Do you know what it means? The man had left Abuja, went to commiserate with the people. I said, look, security provided that, look, if you go into the city, it will be a lot of chaos. You know, presidential movement. Have you asked when you are flying, you're about to land, and they say you can't because presidential movement? Do you know how you feel? Tell me the truth. Assume it is ready. There are thunderstorm. Pray you don't meet it that day. Why will you? But you know that is the rule. If the president is taking off or is landing for security reasons, you cannot. Why can't we appreciate things? Is it only when it has happened in our country we reduce the presidency to nothing? Who does that? He has come. He has met with the traditional rulers. He has met with families that lost their lives. He has told them, listen, no amount of money I give you here can bring back those their beloved ones, our beloved ones. I feel for it. I'm concerned about it. But I can assure you, we are doing everything possible to see that this is put to a stop. And in doing that, I've ordered social things to be put in place to make sure this thing does not reoccur. We are not happy until he sleeps with each of the families in their houses. That's only when you will feel that he sympathizes with them. What kind of country is this? That we will not trivialize issues. If he did not go, you will complain. Okay, when he went to Benue to come and stay with the people, why did you not say, why didn't you sleep there? Why did you not say, why should you come back that same day? But no, see, I've told you, what is important is not me assuming now. Yes, just for the optics, I'm going to compensate. If I go to compensate and I'm not putting anything down to see the thing does not work, my going there doesn't make any sense. What is more important is, President, is he concerned? What has he done to see that this banditry insecurity is put to a stop? And nobody in this country can say that Mr. President is not doing all he can to see that this insecurity is reduced to the minimum level. But whether you have achieved all may not be there, but whether he has been doing something, are there achievements? Yes. And what people must know all over the world, fighting terrorism is not an easy thing. You don't know them. A terrorist can be amongst you here. You don't know. Terrorism is not about armed robbers alone. It's not about I'm coming.
I just want to, as somebody who's concerned about the president, winning re-election, security is probably one of the sour points for him. As somebody who once sat in the saddle as a governor, do you think as somebody who once sat in the saddle as a state governor,
yes,
do you think the state governors are doing enough? After all, they are getting more money in their pocket.
I don't want to go into
security is the primary responsibility.
I don't want to go there.
Why not?
Let me tell you why. That's what I say in this country. The moment you say something, it's for people to say, look, what you said, did it make sense? Yes. What should it be? Why don't I say it? You have all kinds of things. You speak your opinion, your mind. It's turned to a different thing. You saw somebody send text. Why did he send it? Because I said, and which is not correct. Debunk it, what I said. What I said was that these people who are shouting that this government or the ruling government is trying to kill opposition. You know what I'm saying? That it is not correct. But assuming it is even correct, you that is shouting, you were doing it. And you were doing it to make sure PDP was dead at a social time by using social person. And then you. That was the essence of sending that text. But look, if we must tell ourselves the truth, it's very clear. And anybody should also praise the discipline all the time. Governors have come out to say money has been made available much more than what it used to be. It is not in dispute. I'm not here to say Governor State A has done this, State B has not done that. I'm not here to compare. But the point I'm making is that we still need more to be done. You see, security is a serious issue. And I believe it is not about the president. It's not about president. President, yes, is the chief, is the commander-in-chief, is the head of security, but he does not preside over Plateau. He does not preside over Kano. He does not preside over Rivers. He does not preside over Sokoto. We have people who preside over the affairs of those areas. Therefore, more is needed. You see, there are times we will concentrate. Take for example now, if I say that somebody in security in FCT, first of all, my business would be to give that as a priority, more than any other thing, as a priority. So if I look at, I'm not saying you don't have one crime or the other in FCT, no, this is that. But if I say people have started to do that, so much insecurity. The time we came, there was so much insecurity in Rivers, in the FCT. And people were asking, I said, just give us 1 or 2 months. You will see a different thing. I went to the various communities, to all the area councils, and I sat them with everybody and said, look, what actually is the problem? This kidnapping here, banditry here. They said, look, sir, in Buhari, see where they are coming from. But it's unfortunate, no road, nothing to access. So when they come, they pick you. There's no way we can move after them. That's okay. So what do we do now? They say, sir, if we can construct this road, look at this area, we don't have security posts. What do? We need more security posts, right? Now, you have tried to, those who are there, who actually feel the impact, they are telling you, if we can put this in place, we think the level of banditry, kidnapping in this area will be minimized. And we did that, right? There's no area council today who have not been able to put 3 or 4 additional security assets. So the point I'm making is that I'm not their principal, but all I'm saying is that President has taken security issue as a priority. You know, the problem is that what you don't know is that insecurity is not like seeing road. You understand me? As we are fighting now in Plateau, look at our security agencies, the military, the Navy, the SSS, police are being killed. Who likes it? But they are being killed because of trying to protect us, trying to safeguard us. We must give them, first of all, kudos to say, look, they are committed in fighting this. But not every day will come. Look at the issue of insecurity. Are you saying that nothing has been done that I can appreciate? It's not
sorry, we are losing time, and some people are already sending messages.
Okay, send because
in reaction very quickly.
Because I'm sitting here.
One of them is saying that, good morning, the Honorable Minister Malaki Zendu. Every road, there's a conversion of every road junction to motor parks and the blockade of expressways by motorists from Wuse Market, Berger, Utako, and Airport Road. And then the other person says, Honorable Minister is doing very well, but please, that's from Godwin Yemiya, please tell him to create more third class in area councils, especially Esujikwe that spent 30 years on the throne. And another one is saying, you're doing very well on water and hospitals and education. You said hospitals and education will be your focus in this year. What has happened to the hospital?
It's not from Abuja. He doesn't stay in Abuja. Let me finish the question. I don't know the first question you asked.
Yes, on that people are converting.
Let me tell you, if you watch what we're doing, in all the way, you will see green, what do you call it, mesh wires, right?
Yes.
To try to protect, because if you leave it open, the next day, traders will come in. The next day, some people will just do it. And when you go out, you see, the danger, if you don't move them that time, you go any other time, you Nigerians will say, look at how where people are trying to have their living. Say they are doing them, chasing them away. Have they provided where they should stay? You will write it. You will write it. But yes, you are looking for where to eat. But is that where other people should suffer? Is that where you should turn that place as where the home of criminals will not begin to stay? No. And it's the fight we have been doing. Even market. People leave market and come out on the road. And when we say moving, arrest them. This government does not know the suffering of the people. But that will not deter us. We'll continue to do that. About schools, let me tell you, it's unfortunate. And people look at schools as only the one in the city. As I speak to you here now, if as I speak to you, we have awarded not less than 250 schools for total renovation. As I speak to you, we have gotten not less than 100 that is ready, done and finished. I told you we are starting about health. I think last week or 2 weeks, the mandate secretary brought about 18 lists, 18 health centers that will need to, which we have awarded the contract. But I have always said something. I don't allow contract to be awarded for the sake of it being awarded. If the funds are not there, first of all, awarding such contracts is a criminal offense. I try as much as to, I won't because people are shouting. Yes, they need things to be done. But we should also ask, where is the money? Where will you get the money from? Right. And that's the truth. I'm not like a state. I'm not like a state that's getting so much money. You can say, no, I'm not. It's only the tax I get from, and then I use it to do other things. But I can assure you that is going on well.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. I think we've come to the end of today's series. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. From my colleagues, Chijoke.
Always a pleasure, Honorable Minister. And maybe next time you will speak on state police. I wanted to ask that question before.
I'm not to
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Don't ask any question.
Yeah, of course. I just hope that history will be kind to you. Eventually, when the Fourth Republic is being recorded.
Somebody said about third class.
Yeah.
We have upgraded from third class to second class. So there are no more third class now. So what I've asked our communities to bring up chiefs for approval to make them as third class chiefs.
Felicity.
Yeah, an honor always. Hopefully we can talk more about River State next time.
Also getting some feedbacks here. Workers in FCT, they're asking for improved welfare. Thank you, Minister.
Yeah, I think you have the relation and working there.
Maybe.
Thank you, Minister. That's it.
Honorable Minister, thank you so very much for allowing us to be part of this.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, that's this edition of Ministerial Chats. It's the edition for the month of April. And it's Easter time too. Happy Easter. My name is Benga Riva. We'll see you around.